What if I told you that even though you're eating carnivore, you could be eating the wrong kind of meat that is slowly killing you? Have you ever had that moment where you ate your carnivore meal and suddenly you felt awful the next day? There's a lot of carnivores who think that all animal-based foods are good for you, as long as you're having low to no carbs and sugar. And actually, the answer is a big fat no. Not all meat is good meat, and there are more than a few popular carnivore foods that do so much more harm than good. In this video, I'll show you which 5 carnivore foods are bad news, why they should stay out of your kitchen forever, and I'll give you a list of alternatives that will make sure you get all the gain and none of the pain. I've been carnivore for over 5 years now, and let me tell you from experience, the reason you will want to avoid this first kind of meat is because eating it regularly can cause a whole bunch of issues. Not only can you get stuck with chronic diarrhea and upset stomach, it can even get so bad that it ends up causing several kinds of cancer. And I know what you're thinking, I thought the red meat causing cancer thing was a myth. Well, yes, it is. But think of it like this. Have you ever gone to the gas station and accidentally put diesel into your petroleum car? Well, it's kind of like that. Sure, both are a kind of fuel, but your engine sure as hell won't like it when it starts lighting up the diesel to drive, and you won't make it to the end of the street before your dashboard starts blinking red, telling you something is wrong. That's the same with canned meats. They're technically a kind of fuel, but it is full of bad stuff like nitrates, nitrites, seed oils, and even sugar, which reacts with other compounds in the body to form nitrosamines, which are known carcinogens. Aside from preservatives, canned meat often contains lower quality throwaway cuts that definitely don't have the best nutritional value. So go grab your canned meats and throw them away. The only exception where I would recommend canned meats is if you are busy and traveling and you need a quick carnivore snack. Canned wild-caught sardines that are BPA free and are in water without any additives is a great option for those who need a quick carnivore snack. I'll make sure to link the cleanest brands down below in the description box. Nitrates and nitrites aren't the only thing that you want to avoid though. This next kind of meat is almost worse because it's also full of nitrates and nitrites, but this one is even more addictive. And that's all because of how it is processed. So let me ask you a question. Which would you rather eat? This cake, which your college roommate made in their messy, grimy kitchen, dripping in goo that you know for a fact has not been cleaned for years, or this cake, which you made in your clean kitchen using the exact ingredients you love. Now, you shouldn't be having cake at all on carnivore, but odds are you would pick the one you made yourself because you know what went into it. That's ideally how you want to think of your meat as well. The more you can control how it is prepared, the less likely it is that there is something in there your body will not like. So what does that look like with meat? Well, we definitely don't want to be grabbing deli meats. I know it's a cheap and convenient option, but we have no real control over how they're prepared, and most of them are full of way too much sodium and things like MSG. It will taste great, which is what makes them so addictive, but your body will continue to be inflamed, especially if you have autoimmune and allergic flare-ups like I do. This next one is something I'm pretty sure a lot of you are buying and eating daily, but wouldn't if you knew what I'm about to tell you. So imagine this. You're excited about your new job and ready to do your best work. But when you show up to your office, you're greeted by a 3x3 dusty cubicle that reeks of sweat and half-eaten snacks. Oh yeah, and you're pretty sure there's dried blood on your desk. Now, imagine walking into a spacious corner office with floor-to-ceiling windows, looking out and seeing the bustling downtown city before your very eyes. Where do you think you'll do better work and stay motivated enough to show up every day feeling your best? This is basically the difference that makes a world of change for a chicken laying eggs in a caged environment versus those that roam free in pastures. Caged eggs might be cheaper, but they're also a breeding ground for trouble. Those poor chickens are more susceptible to diseases and infections, passing on nasties like salmonella and E. coli to their eggs. Plus, they're living in an environment saturated with pesticides, heavy metals, and other toxins which end up in their eggs. And that's not all. Caged eggs skimp on the good stuff too. They're lower in essential vitamins like A, E, and D, as well as omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants. It's all down to their dismal diet and living conditions. When it comes to something as essential as eggs, quality definitely trumps quantity. And quality makes an even bigger difference for this next carnivore food I'm going to warn you about. Because you could literally be eating creepy crawlies that burrow their way into your body with every bite. Ever played the game of Would You Rather? Okay, here's one. Would you rather swim in a pristine, crystal clear lake or in a murky, algae-filled pond? Now think of farm salmon like that murky pond. While it might seem like an easy catch and a better price than its wild counterparts, it's often packed with hidden dangers. This is not a conspiracy. Any animal that is raised in close proximity to other same animals is susceptible to rapidly spreading of some kinds of diseases and parasites. To mitigate these risks, farmers often resort to using antibiotics and pesticides, which can accumulate in the fish and really mess up your health when eaten. Next time you're at the fish counter, ask yourself, are you reeling in quality or just settling for the bait? This next popular carnivore food to avoid is something that I once believed in for health and wellness. It's one of those foods that you've been told a million times will do wonders for your health. But is it really necessary? If you're considering adding organ meats to your carnivore diet staples, think again. While some may tout them as a convenient way to get essential vitamins and minerals, the truth is they're largely unnecessary. You can still get your vitamin fix straight from the source without forcing yourself to eat organ meats. And that goes double for organ pills or organ supplements. I definitely do not recommend wasting money on organ supplements or any type of organ pills. I think the only exception to eating real fresh organs is if you truly love and crave for it. If you love the flavor of sauteed liver, for example, then definitely go ahead and incorporate it into your carnivore diet. But if you feel stressed and dread and literally sick to your stomach because you feel like you have to add fresh organs to have a complete carnivore diet, I can tell you it is not necessary. Again, I'm 5 years into a carnivore diet. I have not eaten organs for the past 4 years at all, and I thrive. I feel amazing. I don't feel like I am deficient in any nutrients. One warning though is if you do love your organs, for example, liver, make sure you are not overeating it. I would recommend about 1 ounce a day and no more than that. Now, speaking of supplements that you do not need, how about a supplement that actually works and helps new carnivores minimize those nasty adaptation symptoms? If you're currently struggling with headaches, lower energy than usual, and muscle cramping after starting a carnivore diet, it could be a sign of electrolyte imbalance. If this sounds like you, leaning on a high-quality electrolyte supplement could really help with that. This is the one that I recommend. It is from the brand Element in this teal-colored box specifically, labeled raw unflavored. It's literally just sodium, potassium, and magnesium measured out for you. This is what the packets look like. You just rip one open, pour it into whatever beverage you are drinking, mix it up, drink it down, and you're good to go. You all can get a free sample pack with any purchase if you go to the URL shown on the screen, drinkelementi.com/SBGAL, and I've also linked them down below. Now, moving on to the fifth and final food that I'm begging you to never buy again. Imagine you're craving a refreshing glass of milk to start your day. You head to the fridge, grab the carton, and pour yourself a tall glass. But hold on a second. What if I told you that the milk you're about to drink isn't as wholesome as it seems? Pasteurized milk might appear convenient and safe, but there is a catch. While pasteurization kills harmful bacteria, it also destroys beneficial enzymes and reduces the nutritional value of the milk. What you're left with is a beverage stripped of its natural vitality and goodness. Moreover, for carnivores, drinking milk can trigger cravings for carbohydrates and sugars due to its lactose content. So before you take that sip, consider this. True nourishment comes from foods in their most natural and unadulterated form. I'll make sure to link my favorite sources to get raw milk, raw cream, raw butter, and raw cheese down below in the description box. That covers my 5 popular carnivore foods that I hope you will stay away from your next visit to the grocery store. Any small amount of these foods is probably fine as long as you're not the super sensitive type with lots to heal. But I definitely would not lean on these to sustain your carnivore diet. And I know from personal experience that if you did, you would not end up feeling your absolute best. Instead, here are great alternatives for you to consider for optimal health and vitality. First off, prioritize fresh fatty cuts of meat like short ribs, ground beef, and pork belly, which provide essential nutrients and satiate hunger in a way that canned and deli meats just won't. Instead of caged eggs, opt for free-range or ideally pasture-raised eggs. Yes, they might cost a few extra bucks, but trust me, it is worth it. Why? Because pasture-raised eggs offer a superior nutritional profile because chickens raised in a pasture environment have access to fresh air, sunlight, and a varied diet, resulting in eggs that are richer in vitamins, minerals, and omega-3 fatty acids. So while free-range eggs are a step up, pasture-raised eggs are the gold standard. Now onto the farmed fish and farmed salmon. Just go wild caught because just like chickens, if your fish and seafood come from their natural habitats where they feed on a diverse diet and maintain optimal health, you will inevitably feel better and healthier. And while organ meats offer some nutritional benefits, you can get all the same goodies from fresh cuts of meat, making organ meats largely unnecessary for most people. If you are seeking alternative sources for the same vitamins and minerals, you could always try bone marrow or collagen-rich bone broth, which can provide similar health benefits in a more palatable form. But no matter what, stay away from those organ pills, organ supplements, because not only are they unnecessary for your body, they are also unnecessary for your wallet. And lastly, let's talk about milk. Milk in general doesn't work great for a lot of carnivores because, like I said before, it can trigger cravings. But let's say you want to gain healthy weight, you need to gain weight, then utilizing milk can be an excellent tool to help you with that. Raw, unpasteurized milk will always be superior to pasteurized milk. Pasteurized milk and all pasteurized cheese, dairy products are just not as digestible and nutrient dense as its raw, unpasteurized counterparts. We want to keep all of those great probiotics and enzymes alive in our dairy products. So that's why I highly recommend you always go for raw, unpasteurized cheese, cream, milk, butter even, if you can find it. Again, I will link my favorite raw dairy sources and websites down below in the description box. By focusing on these nutrient-dense options, you can thrive on a carnivore diet while avoiding the pitfalls of processed, contaminated, and nutritionally inferior foods so that you can shop with confidence and feel your absolute best. I learned most of the information I shared with you today from members within the Steak and Butter Gang and my own 5-year experience. These members who are constantly helping to keep everyone in the loop and make sure that carnivores like you and me have all the information and support we need. On that note, I welcome you to join us in the Steak and Butter Gang community as we take off for our next 30-day carnivore challenge. We really pride ourselves on being a safe place for all of you to mingle, learn, and support each other. Each week, I invite on amazing carnivore doctors and experts to come answer member questions. You will also have daily access to our team of carnivore coaches for troubleshooting, guidance, and overall support. For more details to join the Steak and Butter Gang and our 30-day carnivore challenges, just visit the URL shown on the screen, sbgmeetup.com, or you can click the links down below in the description box. Finally, before I wrap up, I wanted to just shout out something that I have been incorporating every single day to protect my eyes from blue light, and that is wearing blue light blocking glasses. These ones are from BonCharge and the only ones that I wear every single day now. The red ones are maximum protection and these yellow ones are medium protection. I pop on this red pair whenever it gets dark outside or whenever I'm on my laptop or phone, and these yellow ones I wear in late afternoon, especially if I know it's going to be a long day of working in front of my laptop. They're both incredibly comfortable, light, and the nose rests are adjustable, so they work for pretty much all faces. BonCharge also has other incredible biohacking products on their website, like this infrared sauna blanket that I got from them. This blanket is great for anyone who wants to reduce soreness or inflammation after a workout or a long work day, or for anyone who just wants the benefits of red light therapy just by lying down on a comfortable blanket. It wraps around you fully, and all you have to do is plug it in, choose your settings, lie down, and enjoy the benefits. I'll usually spend 15 to 20 minutes in the blanket when I'm taking breaks from meetings and filming, and I definitely notice less puffiness in my skin, as well as lower stress levels, which is really useful for my day-to-day life. If you're interested in these biohacking tools, I'll be sure to link all of my favorites from BonCharge down below, alongside my discount code, which is SBGAL for 15% off at checkout. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. SBG out.